Hello and welcome to another episode of the Peak City Podcast. It is baseball edition. It is your bi-weekly power rankings. We'll be having probably some more episodes coming out within the next couple weeks. Back somewhat to our normal schedule. But first, we would just like to say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for wondering where we're going. And it's busy time. It's season time. It's power ranking time. And I've talked too much already. I'm one of your hosts, Zachary Yavi.
From Teddy.
Teddy, shouts out to Teddy. Teddy, we got a few different topics, but I say we just start out with the power ranking and see where it goes.
All right. That.
All right. So we will go over kind of the biggest movers. We'll go over the overall looks at this, and we're kind of going to have an open forum this time of asking each other some questions. I think some of you fan bases that are like, hey, my team's been playing well, what's happening? They probably moved up. And some of you might be like, wait, why are they about the same? Well, sorry. Prove it to us. If they played bad, they probably moved down. If they played good, they probably moved up.
I mean, power rankings also are, they're based off of, their position the 2 weeks before, not just overall. So it's nothing a lot of directly with records. It's more based off of prior positioning and kind of adjustment off of that based off of their performance since the last time we did the power ranking.
Yeah, well, without further ado, Teddy, I'm going to pass the ball.
Best record in baseball, just spoiler alert, is sitting in fifth right now. So just say that. But anyways, yeah, I'll just go through the power rankings 1 through 30. Number 1, Dodgers. Number 2, Braves. Number 3, Yankees. Number 4, Orioles. Number 5, my Phillies. Number 6, Mariners. Number 7, Guardians. Number 8, Rangers. Number 9, Cubs. Number 10, the Twins. Number 11, Brewers. 12, Padres. 13, Blue Jays. 14, Astros. 15, Diamondbacks. 16, Royals. 17, Tigers. 18, Red Sox. 19, Rays. 20th, your Cincinnati Reds. Shouts out. We'll get into that. 21, the Mets. 22, the Cardinals. 23, the Giants. 24, Athletics. 25, Angels. 26, Nationals. 27th, Pirates. 28, Marlins. 29th, White Sox. And 30th, for the third week in a row, Colorado Rockies.
All right, Teddy, I'm going to let you start here in a second with just the number one thing that jumps out to you. But I want to say one thing really quickly. This won't go down in the history books. They won't tell stories about this, but I'll always remember the time where you did the rankings when they weren't even lined up in order. That was impressive. Hats off to you. Jeter, tip of the cap.
Forgot to sort them before we went into it.
First thing you noticed, when you just went through those, what is one thing you noticed that stuck out that you would like to start with, and we'll kind of just go topics from there?
Well, I mean, what other team can we talk about besides the Minnesota Twins?
Okay.
What has possessed them? What has possessed them?
Dude.
Since the last time we've done this, they have been 12-0. They obviously have won all 4 games of their series and obviously swept all of them. Yes, Zachary.
Now, we do want to make a clarification. Some of these rankings were in before the Sunday game.
True, which they lost to the Red Sox.
So for all you haters or you Red Sox fans, don't be commenting, they lost, we beat them.
Right. I mean, shouts out to the Red Sox. They ended the Minnesota reign of terror. Yeah, I mean, Minnesota Twins are also the biggest movers in these power rankings.
Okay.
They moved up from 17th to 10th. Huge jump. But actually, they're not the biggest. I'm sorry, that was a mistake. The biggest jump, finally, after not recognizing their talent for way too long, the Kansas City Royals.
Hold on, this has turned into an AL Central pod. But before we start getting into that, Teddy,
what's happened to us? Give it AL Central props?
Well, the NL Central can't hit. Can you tell me what do you think it is with the Twins? Do you think it's like they're just playing well, or like do you think this is more the team they are or before? I know it's power rankings and can change, but like, do you think they're more of a top 17 team or a top 10 team?
Well, I'll say this. I think that, and shouts out Trevor Plouffe, when he was talking about the Twins, he was talking about how, a lot of it is just the baseball gods have not been kind to them. A lot of really close losses early in the season, like games that really can flip. And like I always say, baseball is a great equalizer. And, you know, with the beginning of the season where those games weren't falling to them, everything's been going their way. I know that they just lost Buxton to injury, but their team's starting to get healthy. You know, you have Pablo Lopez and Joe Ryan just popping off on the mound. And yeah, I mean, the team's just clicking. And I mean, I'll say this, the AL Central with the Guardians and the Twins and the Royals and the Tigers, who are a respectable team, like who would have thought that the team that I'll admit, we called them a sorry ass division going into it. Like,
Well, never said
look
that.
look at them now. It's crazy. I know we're still early in the season, but
Okay, well,
these
again,
teams look legit.
look, this is question time, and I'll ask you a question, then I'll say what was notable to me. You can ask me a question, but this is the team that stuck out to you. Teddy, if you had to guess right now, do you think they're more likely to finish as a top 10 team? Or are they more likely to finish as 17?
I mean, after seeing, like, obviously there's going to be some recency bias for me because my eyes these past 2 weeks have been seeing just basically domination. Besides tonight, just out Red Sox again. Like, I would say top 10. Like, honestly, I was kind of patting myself on the back, doing a little victory lap too soon with the Guardians since I predicted them to win the division, and they were well ahead of the Twins. And then the Twins just woke up. Like, it's
Who did
crazy.
I pick in the division?
Oh, you picked the White Sox.
Okay, I'll pick the Twins. Anyways, might be a Twins bias. Just in real life, Twins are kind of cool. But also, crazy thing
You
about the
just
match
like
today,
them because it
they
looks like
had
the Cincinnati Reds logo in their logo.
they had
You
Joe
can admit
Ryan on
it.
the bump. So like when you lose a game when he's on the bump, and that's your only loss in the past like 2 weeks, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So that I would like to give that as a warning or a shout out to all the fan bases. Look, if you want your team to move up, just have them win every game except for 1 in 2 weeks, and I guarantee we move them up. Yeah, and
Or it's a team that or that we like feel kind of bad about not moving them off, like the Royals.
yeah, I mean the Royals, dude. I mean they're still playing pretty well. But let's stay here for one more second with the Twins. I asked that question because I started to say, well, it could be a blip, and this might have been a headline of shouts out John Boy Media Talking Baseball podcast. It was like the good teams are really good, and that's kind of how I feel about
Who'd
the
have
MLB
thought?
this year. When you start looking at the standings, like the middle teams, I feel they're more bad than they are good, even if their record's close to 500. I think the Twins are just a good team.
Yeah.
This is why they keep winning the division. They just find a way. But anyways, I'm gonna go to the thing that caught my eye the most. Unless you had anything else you want to say about the Twins,
No,
I mean,
please.
we can do AL Central pod as much as you want.
No, please. What caught your eye the most?
A team that, and I'm not saying this for this reason, but I'm just going to give a little summary here. A team that snuck into the playoffs last year, got hot, played really well, is very young, stunned the Phillies, and ended up going to the World Series. And came into this year, everyone thinking they're going to be clicking, they're going to be going. Preseason, we had them as a top 10 team. Now, given they've only moved to 15, but Teddy, I wish I had the exact stat to read to you, but it was at the Friday game. It was something to the effect of they've won 3 games by a combined like 40 runs, and then they've been outscored in the rest of their game by X amount. They have like a close to neutral run differential, and that is just so weird and bizarre from an MLB team of we either blow you out or we lose. And I know
Yeah.
it's not 100% the case. So what do you think
I
is
mean,
going on there at the moment?
most of the time it is a blowout. Like they have a positive run differential while they're 5 games under
They
500.
do?
It's kind of crazy. Yeah. +7.
Oh,
But
because today.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
they won by 7, so they were at 0 before today. Like,
yeah, like I mean
so Arizona Diamondbacks,
the
they're in the
biggest
division with the
reason.
Dodgers. What do you think about it? Are they a playoff team still?
No, not really, not in my eyes. I mean, basically, here's the like playoff structure. The Phillies and the Braves are going to be duking it out for the division title. Whichever one doesn't get it is going to
Phils.
have the wild card spot, one of the 3 wild card spots. In the NL Central, the
Agreed.
Brewers and the Cubs are duking it out. Sorry. and then the other team will have the wild card spot. And then you look in the NL West, like the Padres I mean, they haven't wowed really recently, but they just acquired Luis Arias for 3 prospects, and he comes over in his very first game after taking the red eye to show up. He gets 4 hits.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think I did 5 hits. If you watch the replay, that's on me. So you're
But
saying D-backs out of the playoffs?
I mean, I guess what you would call their biggest superstar on that team, or supposed to be, Corbin Carroll. He's a negative WAR guy right now. He's batting under 200.
Look, sometimes baseball is baseball, and you come in as a potential dark horse for MVP, and it's tough. When people expect it from you, it's harder. It's easy. Look, I don't agree.
He doesn't even have a high strikeout rate.
No, I don't completely agree with your breakdown structure of the National League, but either way, I think it's more like I don't know that for sure Brewers and Cubs, one of them will be in the playoffs. I think that there's
The
basically
way
2
it's
wild.
going right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't think neither. Like the only thing I think definitive are Dodgers, Braves, Phillies, and the other 3, 4 spots, whatever. But the Diamondbacks, I mean, they're kind of concerned. Yeah, I will confidently say I'm unsure. I'm going to focus a little more on the Diamondbacks this next go around. If you're a Diamondbacks fan, drop a comment. I don't know. All right,
Right
Teddy.
now,
Next thing you
I
notice.
know still early. But right now they're 2.5 games out of the 3rd wild card spot, which actually belongs to the Nationals.
Right. And I don't
Shouts out
think
to Washington. Where'd that come from?
they just win games, dude.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, sometimes. All right. And next thing that caught your eye, actually, I'm gonna go back to back here. Shouts out
Go
to
ahead.
not gonna say an artist, but anyway. You alluded to it earlier. We'll hop back to the American League. The Kansas City Royals getting some respect from Pig City finally. People are saying it's biased because of Kansas City, and we don't like teams in Kansas City because we see them winning. You might be right. I'm gonna sound like a hater. I don't really like the brand of baseball that I watch them play, but they win.
It's Royals baseball. I mean,
Like
it is.
kinda.
They've had that team identity since, for years. I can remember. I mean,
Are
I'll
the
say
Royals
this.
are the Royals
I'll
a
say
playoff
this.
team, or are they a year away?
I think they're your way, and I'll say this. Salvador Perez has been incredible. Like, realistically, I mean, egg in my face if it continues to happen, but like, there's going to be a drop off at some point, right?
I don't know, dude. Sometimes
Has to
that
be,
veteran
right?
just gets hot and leads, and
Bobby Witt Jr. I expect him to be great,
oh,
and he has been, but I expect him to be great, and I expect him to get even better. Like, he's just a dog. But Salvi, I mean, he's 34 years old. Like, they're like he can't even catch every day anymore. Like,
he's
where is
fun.
this coming from?
He's fun.
Look at literally just last year, he was a negative WAR player.
Look, I'll speak from a
What is this? What is this?
I'll speak from a Reds fandom. Okay, now Royals fans may not want to hear that it didn't end well in the playoffs, but Joey Votto had a weird resurgence when he got older, changed his approach a little, and he said being around the young guys completely motivated him, even changed his swing a little. And there was a span where Joey Votto was hitting a home run like every other day a few summers ago. So like, I've personally seen this. Like, it's a real thing where the veterans just like, oh, I can do this. Not to mention, like, he's going to get better at bats when the rest of the team's doing well. But I don't know, man. I kind of, I'm kind of in on the Royals.
I mean, they're a good young team, and I think that
But like Royals versus Tigers is going to be fun.
I agree. I think the Royals are still going to be a year away from the playoffs and a year away from competing really in their division. I hate to say that, but like,
well, that's why I said Royals and Tigers.
The Twins are starting to explode. The Guardians, I mean, they've kind of been wobbling, but I still expect them to be right there at the top with the Twins. Like, I think they're a year away still. Salvador Perez, by the way, I also want to say this about him. He's been so they are DHing him a lot more this year than in recents.
Okay.
Getting the the numbers. They're also putting him at first base.
I was gonna
That's
say, I
like
think he's
yeah, that's another big thing. It's first base and DH. They don't want him catching all the time. But at the catcher position, where he has played over half his game so far, he's a positive WAR defensively so far. I mean, obviously it's early. He's been negative for
good
over
pitching.
half of his career there. It's not even just him at the bat, which, by the way, his batting average is almost catching up to his slugging from last year. It's already higher than his on base percentage from last year. Like,
It's fun.
just his batting average is, I don't know, it's crazy. Like I said, I think that there's going to have to be some, like, drop off from Salvi, but what do I know?
All right. Gut instinct. Then next thing that caught your eye: Royals or Tigers? Who finishes with a better record this year?
Tigers.
See, he hates Kansas City. I try to tell.
I
Next
just
thing.
believe in the
Hater.
Tigers. I mean, fitting that it's 16 and 17 in our power rankings, Royals and Tigers.
For the record, first time I've had Royals over Tigers. I think.
I don't know what my I've been Tigers over Royals the whole way.
Yeah, I know.
Besides preseason. Maybe not.
Yeah, shouts out Colt Keith.
Shouts out Riley Green.
All right, next thing. What you want to talk about, Teddy? We've already hit 2 ALs, but we can keep going AL. I'm fine. We watch a lot of ALs. So.
How late you want to get to, you know who?
The home teams?
Yeah.
We'll save that. Nobody wants to hear about the home team.
Well,
that's always the
I think that
segment.
it'd be crazy of us if we did not talk about the Oakland Athletics.
Okay. Great call by you.
That'd be wild.
So I was having a conversation this weekend. Actually, it was this past week. About like movies and people were talking about Major League, and I was trying to tell them like they don't follow baseball very well. I said, well, the movie Major League, it's kind of almost happening in real life right now. They're basically like wanting a team to lose, trying to lose interest, but like the players are kind of fighting back and like we're going to win. Obviously, not the exact same plot of the thing. And then you look around and say, oh, well, they're just going to keep winning. Like this is actually kind of. It's not. I don't think it's kind of any actual impact on moving or not because it's not a movie. But wow, that was a bar. I don't know if it has any impact on moving because it's not a movie. Not a bar. Delete that. I mean,
they won their last 3 series.
They're kind of like not just flukily winning either. Like
right. Like okay. Yes, the
win.
last 2 series was the Pirates and the Marlins.
You
but
play who you play.
They beat the Orioles in Baltimore in that series 2-1. Like that's something. They put up a 20 spot on the Marlins. 20 runs. That's crazy. They split with the Yankees before the Baltimore series this last time we talked. Like, who is this Oakland Athletics team? I mean, I don't expect it to continue, but it is kind of fun seeing it.
Teddy, can you answer me a question?
Yeah.
If the season ended today, would Oakland be in the playoffs?
They would not. Okay. But they are 3 games back from a wild card spot. And in their own division, they're only 2.5 games back behind the Mariners.
But do you see how many teams are close to them?
Yes.
I do think it's going to level. And enjoy it while you can. It's fun. And this may be disrespectful, but I'm just going to say this. This will be the best 2 weeks they have all year. All right, I said it.
Well, even beating the Marlins 20-4, their run differential right now, while they're 1 game under 500, is still negative 23. Like,
and I know
it's gonna, say, it's run everything's going to snap back into place. But Oakland Athletics, like,
let me tell
have fun with this little run while you can.
Well, let me tell you who they play next.
8-2 last 10, by the way.
Rangers, Mariners, Astros, Royals.
Wow. A lot of division series coming up. 3 in a row. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough run. But you would have said the same thing if you just saw New York and Baltimore like back-to-back, and you see what's happened with those 2 series.
You're right. I'm just not Look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
But I'm here 4 games in those series. That's crazy.
I'm here to say it's over.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, like it basically is. But that was fun though. Like watching the Athletics, you don't, it kind of
I mean
gets sad. Like
that sentence
a lot of
itself
times
is
with
crazy.
these teams, kind of get sad watching them. Like the professionals still making a ton of money, so how bad you really feel. But like
There's only really two teams I feel that with
still,
this year.
I mean,
It's the Rockies and White Sox for me.
yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, I don't feel bad.
I feel really bad for the Rockies.
Yeah,
It just can't happen for them.
can we have an honest conversation?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to take over this, and you can go with the next thing that caught your eye, and then we have our home teams, of course. I've already talked about this before, and it's going to bring me to my next segment of people we want to go ahead and do because we have 30 teams. I think at this point, it being Cinco de Mayo, shouts out. I think it's time we start deading some teams. So if there's somebody you want to officially proclaim dead, meaning you cannot go back on it, you have to officially call them dead. You can do that. But I want to bring up a team that's highly in that category, and that's the Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
And here's
dead.
why. Okay, well, you're a
Miami
little ahead
Marlins
of the
dead.
segment.
I'll throw it. I don't care.
I've talked about this before, Teddy. Watch this interview with Jazz Chisholm. It didn't make me feel good. It seemed, in some ways, like he was treated unfairly, this or that. I see Miguel Rojas talking
With the
about a
Miggy
lot of
Rojas,
stuff,
yeah.
and him being like, "What?" And I'm like, "Well, the Dodgers probably wouldn't bring in like a hazardous player. I mean, the Dodgers probably
also,
wouldn't."
like, there's people that have no affiliation towards Miggy or Jazz because they don't play with either of them anymore. They're like, yeah, Miggy's like one of the best teammates we've ever had.
Yeah, but let's just say it's different. Let's say it's a different generation, right? Maybe people play different. You need different culture.
Right.
And Jazz is saying the right things as far as like he's excited about this year. Again, this is before the season even started, and he's going through the lineup. He's going through the players. They brought this
Well,
guy
he's
in. He's
excited
bringing
his
that guy.
best friend is playing with him.
Everybody, it's almost like every move. We brought in Josh Bell. We got like you said,
Gordon.
veteran Nick Gordon. We have Tim Anderson. He's coming over. It's crazy. We
Jake
have all these
Berger's still
guys.
here.
All right, no disrespect to Jake Berger. He didn't really say a whole lot about him.
Well,
But
I mean, he's just hurt.
I'm just like,
Just got hurt.
and I know it's hard to manage a team. Look, I'm about to talk about my team a little bit, and we're struggling a little. But it seems like sometimes, especially in baseball, maybe I know this is a crazy thought. Crazy thought. Don't structure or build your entire organization around one young player who, if we're being honest, may have already peaked. Sorry if that's rude. I know he's had some injury history. I don't mean to sound so anti-Jazz. Sorry to Jerry Seinfeld in the B movie. I do not like Jazz. I do not like the Marlins.
Jazz.
Teddy, I'm officially saying the Miami Marlins dead. And I have an American League team on the dead also.
Absolutely, yeah. Miami Marlins dead. I will say this about Jazz. I think that last year it kind of went under the radar that he had a little above average year. Like he was not great, but he was all right. Definitely not as good as he was the year before. His breakout season.
Yeah.
But this year, it was a slow start, but he's ramping up right now. Who knows? But I mean, the team though as a whole, I know Sandy is on the Mount Rushmore of some crazy person's list of all-time pitchers, but the team, dead. Jesus Luzardo lost any magic he had in his arm.
Yeah.
Dead.
Well, I mean, Sandy's injured. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. It's crazy.
I wasn't saying anything bad about him. It was just crazy that he was put on a Mount Rushmore of someone's all-time pitchers. That was wild. I forget who that was.
I want to dead the Chicago White Sox.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that.
Okay, so we have 28 teams still in contention.
Nope. We don't.
You're going to go ahead and dead someone else. Teddy,
Rockies are dead.
Teddy.
Rockies are dead. Rockies are dead.
Okay, let me think about it.
Can I preemptively, if they have Chris Bryant on their team next year, dead.
All right. No. See, this is why you're not taking the drill seriously, because when you dead them, it's like they're dead.
Yeah, Rockies are dead. There is no life in Colorado.
Here's my only issue with that. It leaves an odd number. I don't have another team. I know it doesn't have to work that way. I don't know if I want to do more than 2 at a time, because this is a very serious thing for me.
Deal with it, dude. Rockies are more dead than the Marlins. Rockies are more dead. Rockies are more dead than the White Sox to me.
Rockies took the lead and won a game the other day, and it was their first time in which they didn't trail in the entire game. MLB records, 31 times. Dead.
They're so bad. It's like
There's another team. There's another team I want to dead so bad. This is addicting. Oh, I want to dead.
It is addicting.
I want to dead. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay.
I'm trying to look. Who would you dead at this point?
Nope, not deading anybody.
Oh, I know who you want to dead. How long is a certain somebody injured for? Just curious.
The year?
No chance.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
The entire year?
Yes.
This says 3 months.
Well, Teddy, it's May.
That's true. I mean, they're not okay. Zachary, I'm ready to dead somebody.
I'm not.
All right, you don't have to. Los Angeles Angels, you're dead. You're dead. Trade Neto, please, my dear boy Neto, to a contender.
Shouts out. He's been playing better.
Yeah, dude. Shouts out.
No, build
not
around
shouts
him.
out. Rendon's been playing better, but not shouts out.
Not deading.
Well, he's hurt.
I want to stay at 3. Yeah. I have 3 dead teams. All right.
I'm deading the Angels. The only hope they had was Mike Trout, and he's hurt. And, I mean, if you've seen that team play without him, oh, my goodness. It's
Teddy,
sad.
For our next little segment here, unless there's anything else you want to say about those teams, I know there's a lot of teams we didn't get to. If you will pull up the just standings of the divisions, I'll set this up. And kind of what we're going to do here is just go through the divisions and not spend much time on it, but just kind of give you all a breakdown of, again, you could go back and look or listen on these days. It's not going to change a whole lot. But we're just going to kind of say, is there anything we would change from our preseason predictions? My gut instinct is to stick with my predictions unless there's something I feel way off about. So that's kind of what I want to do here. And we'll do this, obviously, at the top of each month and maybe even every couple of weeks. So when you have those ready, we'll just go through them and see if there's anything you want to change or that you would change.
All right. So I have the standings right here.
Okay.
With MLB. I wasn't really listening to what you were saying.
Yeah, we'll start with what, AL East, NL East?
Yeah. All right, so yeah, the Orioles are in first place in the AL East. Shouts out to us. We were too scared to put them there because we were scared that we were too biased.
I wouldn't change that. Basically all I said was, is there anything we would change? I'm still fine Yankees, Orioles making the playoffs.
I mean, I am too. Yankees and Orioles, I still have both of them making the playoffs like I did in preseason. I really wanted to put them winning the division. I just, I was scared I was going to be too biased. Yankees are, the Orioles, though.
Do you want to switch your pick to the Orioles?
Can't switch our picks. That was a trick question.
No, I'm asking, would you now?
But you do have the Yankees one game back. You do have the Yankees one game back behind the Orioles. And then, now with Garrett Cole coming back soon, you have the Red Sox 4.5 games back. A lot of people had the Red Sox basically dead in this division.
Shouts out Red Sox pitching. Shouts out Red Sox pitching.
Dude, best all-around pitching staff in the majors.
I did have Red Sox fourth. I had Red Sox fourth in the division. I want that on the record. They've not done enough, nor have the other two teams done enough for me to want to actually change. Because again, I'm not going to really change if I don't think it's possible. I'm staying AL East the same.
Red Sox have been actually surprisingly, not super surprising, but very good this year.
Yeah,
they have a plus 41 run differential.
We have them 18th. They just have some bad injury concerns, and they don't really know who's playing where or what's going on, but they just keep winning.
Yeah,
great manager. Great manager. It's crazy he's just not going to be there next year, most likely. One of the weirder situations. Maybe we dive into that next time. Alexander,
it is weird.
You can join in, but
I would like to know more about that whole situation personally. And that's the thing is a Red Sox fan's going to know more about the Red Sox than me, obviously. I'd love information.
Yeah, here's the quick version.
Crazy that
they don't want to extend him. So he just said before the year, well, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though, is when you know that someone's going to be gone, just sticking with them for the year, it's just a weird feeling at the clubhouse normally. But anyways, you have the Tampa Bay Rays in 6.5 games back, 1 game under 500, and then you have the Blue Jays in last 7.5 games back.
I'm not panicked on the Blue Jays, but they got to pick it up.
Blue Jays and Rays both have kind of had similar seasons.
Yeah, but we were out on the Rays.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah.
All right, next quickly.
I just want to say Baltimore against teams over 500, 14-5. So
Wow.
they've been doing this while facing really good teams. All right, so the AL Central is our favorite division apparently.
I mean, good
You have
baseball.
you have the Guardians in first. Then you have the Twins after their huge 12-1 now.
And guys,
Surge, they're 2.5 games back still. Still 2.5 games back. You have the Royals also 2.5 games back. They are tied with the Twins. Then you have the Tigers 4 games back from the division. And then you have the White Sox at 14 games back with the league worst run differential at -82.
yeah, they're awful. I'm not changing anything on that. I think we had Guardians Twins flip and we had Tigers Royals flip, but
Yeah.
I'm not changing anything.
I mean, the Guardians still 11-7 over 500. I still feel good about that.
Give me the Twins. Give me the Twins.
Give me the Guardians.
All right. Next.
Anyways, the AL West, you have the Mariners in first place. Yeah, I mean, shouts out the Mariners and shouts out their pitching staff.
I wanted to
top 3.
wanted to pick them.
Hey, Mace, if not World Series representation.
Sure.
The Rangers half a game back behind the Mariners.
God, I was disrespectful to them.
Oakland Athletics 2.5 games back. Yeah, enjoy that number while you can, A's fans. If y'all are out there. Yeah.
Look, here's the weird part. I don't really go ahead. Sorry.
Maybe Sacramento Athletics is a better way to put it now.
Las Vegas.
No, Las Vegas doesn't want them.
They're going to Las Vegas.
We'll see.
You want to bet? It's Las Vegas. Sorry.
The Astros and the Angels, both
Astros.
12-22, and both are 7 games back.
Like, we're really going to live in a world. That's Teddy. We're going to live in a world.
That's hard to believe.
I just want to tell you this. I'm not going to change my pick because I don't know which team I would pick, Mariners or Rangers, to win the division. But here's what I will say. I should have had the Rangers making the playoffs, first of all. But we are going to live in a world, and I can say this on May 5th, where the Houston Astros are not going to be in the postseason. They're not.
I mean, so what you're basically saying that you feel confident about is that they're dead.
I can't do that.
Do it.
I'm not doing
it, coward. I deaded another team in that division. Go ahead and dead them.
No.
Just do it.
I'm not. No.
I just want to hear you say it.
I'm not deading them. I just want to say, and look.
It sounded like you wanted to dead them. I'll be honest.
I'm telling you, they're not going to be in the postseason. Look at the numbers. A team in this spot doesn't make the playoff.
All right. It sounds like you're deading them.
There's a 55% chance next pod I do it.
You have 3 teams dead right now.
They've made it
even
to
number of teams.
What team goes to the American
Are you really
League
going to do
Championship
3
Series?
teams out of the 30? 4
7
sounds
years
way
in a row.
better.
7
4 sounds
years
way
in a row.
better.
7 years in a row.
If I were you, I would dead them.
You could dead them.
Let's go to the. I already have the Angels. Sorry, I have my 4. National League East with the best record in baseball.
Josh Hader's
entire
going to
league.
make all the difference. He's going to make their bullpen unstoppable. This dude can't get a save to save his life.
Don't interrupt me when I'm introducing the juggernaut that is the Philadelphia Phillies. 24-11, by the way. They are sitting first in the NL East. The division goes to Philadelphia. You have the Atlanta Braves sitting 2.5 games back, by the way. You have the Washington Nationals at 500, 6.5 games back, but currently in charge of that third wildcard spot, widely coveted. You have the New York Mets, who are 7.5 games back. Weird team. Still positive run differential, by the way. And then you have the Miami Marlins, who are 14.5 games back and officially dead.
Agree that they're dead. I'm still staying with my predictions in this. Sorry, Phillies fans.
I am also staying with my predictions with this.
Coward. All right.
I mean, call it what you want. NL Central, maybe.
We're running short on time. We might just want to save this for next time.
Yeah. No chance.
Okay.
NL Central, we have the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs tied for first place. Shouts out both of those teams. Right where I thought they'd be. So, Yeah. Then you have the Cincinnati Reds in third place. Hey, that's not that bad, Zachary. Four
That's
and
where
a
I had
half
them
games
finishing.
back. Yeah, there you go. Spin zone. Nice. You have the Pirates in fourth, 5 games back. And then you have the St. Louis Cardinals in last, 5.5 games back.
I think we need to do a separate pod for Philly, like in all seriousness, like a Phillies Reds thing, so we can take our time on it because we're almost at 40 minutes.
Okay, bet.
But here's my quick thing I want to say about the Reds, just in general.
Yeah.
I hate that I still believe in this team. Call it optimism, call it what you want. Pitching has been there.
Pitching has been there.
Up until the Padres series, which technically the Padres are like a 500 team, we were just beating every team that wasn't above 500. And again, this is not a knock towards you whatsoever. The Phillies in the past, 3-4 weeks, they've played a lot of teams and they've beat the crap out of them. Like that's why they're winning.
Have to beat the bad teams.
Yeah, and so like the
Have
Reds
to.
were doing that, but then when we're challenged with a good team, we just I'll have more stats and I'll actually be prepared, and we'll actually do this at some point in the next week or so, more of a deep dive because I need to vent and get my frustration. A lot of close losses, a lot of basically just no offense. The Reds currently have the worst team batting average in the entire MLB. There's a fact for you. Some of the bats in this lineup just they're not coming through. The pitching's actually been okay, and when we hit, we win. But you have to hit to win baseball games in the professional level, and we're right at 500. So that it's not a panic. It's more just a hey, we need to start hitting while the pitching's going because the pitching's not going to be there all year. That's just not the way it works. The schedule's not getting easier. I went over that last time. We already failed. I was worried about it. I'll have more numbers for that. I want to, hand up. It's dark in here. I didn't want to turn the light on because it's a dark day. Got swept by the Orioles again, top 5 team in the power rankings. But
sweep never feels good.
I'm not panicking. I'm just concerned.
Yeah, so panic button for you, like it's still deep within the closet right now.
I don't even know where it is. It's in the house somewhere.
You don't even know where it is, and you don't even feel the need to search for it right now.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
But
you have a struggling Arizona series coming up.
Well,
the Giants,
I did check and
hopefully
make sure
the Phillies will come through and sweep them. Then you got the Diamondbacks again after that. Like, those are 3 series that the Reds can easily get right.
Now, I did check the geolocation to make sure that the panic button was in my house somewhere.
Still in the house. Got it.
Yep. Okay.
Just in case you needed to go get a new one.
Just hit!
Easier said than done.
No, it's not.
But yeah, we'll talk about that.
I finally scored 20. We didn't score 20 all week together.
Against the Marlins.
Okay.
Y'all are facing the Marlins. Maybe it's different. Marlins are garbage.
Teddy,
by the way.
We've scored 2 runs at home in the past 5 games.
Reds not dead.
Reds went on a scoreless streak. Reds at home
redemption.
Went on a scoreless streak, the longest since 1967.
All right. If y'all want to see more suffering, for him, not for me, my team's doing great. If you want to see more suffering on his part, we're gonna have a separate podcast episode where we talk about our home teams.
Speaking of
Phillies
your team,
and the
really
Reds.
quickly, Reds did beat the Phillies in the season series. All right,
that is true. 4-3.
Only good team we can beat. Only good team we can beat. Thanks.
So in the NL West, which I mean, maybe they're the new AL Central.
They are them.
Maybe the NL West is the new AL Central.
No, that's disrespectful.
Besides this very top team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, I mean, they had a little wobble a few weeks ago. I mean, it was a little wobble. He's gone right back to it. They're so good. It's crazy. They have a 5.5 game lead in their division on top of the
Shohei Ohtani.
San Diego Padres. I mean, maybe they're on the rise. You thought they would be sellers this year. I knew they'd be buyers. So, patting myself on the back. The Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants, both 15-20 in 7.5 games back. A lot of people are buying into the Giants hype train after Soler, Matt Chapman, and Blake Snell. Again, patting myself on the back. I never saw really any of those guys really make that big of a difference, especially Matt Chapman.
I thought
Sorry,
Chapman would be
not
helpful.
sorry.
Their pitching gets ground balls. He makes plays, but apparently he just
Matt
makes errors.
Chapman leading the league in errors.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Platinum Glove winner,
did you
Matt
see that?
Chapman.
Did you pat yourself on the back for that, I guess?
I did not actually see that. I just knew that his hitting was going to be bad, which it is, which it typically always is.
Not that 1 month.
And then the Colorado Rockies, the sad Rockies. The Rockies I actually feel bad for. I don't feel bad for the
I do
White
not.
Sox,
I do not
really.
feel bad
I
for them.
definitely don't feel bad for the Marlins. I kind of feel bad for the Rockies.
I don't.
But they are dead. 14 games back,
Who do you feel-
77 run differential negative. Which, by the way, the Giants, sorry, did not mean to gloss over. They're negative 36 run differential. Just by the way, that's horrible. Against teams over 500, 2-10.
What about the Cardinals? Can you give me that one real quick?
Oh, negative 32.
Okay,
Yeah, horrible start to this season for the Cardinals.
2 years.
I still maintain that I think they're going to figure it out. The Pirates are still the worst, easily the worst team in that division. The Pirates, just opposite Cardinals, got off to a very hot start.
I still think the Cardinals are better than the Pirates.
Yeah, Pirates are.
I don't know if the Cardinals or Reds
I'm
are
not going to
better.
say it. You wanted me to call another team dead because my number is 5. That's my lucky number. You wanted me to do it. I saw it in your eyes. I'm not going to do it.
It's way too early to be calling that many teams dead. I feel really good that I only have 3.
I don't regret my 4th one, actually. I really don't. I liked it. But, yeah, that's all and just real quick, just a wild card update for you. You have the Yankees, Twins, and Royals in the AL wildcard spots. And then in the NL is the Braves, Cubs, and Nationals. So,
all right, we are in the last couple minutes. We said we're going to keep it under 45. Again, we'll tune in for more Phillies Reds talk. Also, send us something about your team. You want us to talk about your team? Maybe we'll do a little more on the Red Sox. We can make it a 20-minute. I have one final statement, Teddy. Is there anything else you want to say or proclaim? And as far as that division goes, I'm not changing anything. Well, I did have the Giants over the Padres. It's not bad enough for me to change up.
Yeah, I mean, I had Padres over Giants, and I'm glad I did.
You have Padres playoffs?
I don't remember. I'd have to look at my sheet.
Diamondbacks. That's who we're forgetting.
Yeah, Diamondbacks. I'll tell you one thing. No, not going to do it. Exactly. You keep wanting me to call teams down. I'm not going to do it.
Don't, because guess what?
Are you going to make a statement?
Oh, I didn't know if you had anything.
Oh, I got nothing. No. I got nothing.
Oakland Athletics dead. All right, waiting on you.
Oh, love y'all. Sorry.